Angle relationships in circles. Tangent and intersected chord theorem. If a tangent and a chord intersect at a point on a circle, then the measure of each angle formed is 1/2 the measure of the intercepted arc. So the measure of angle 1 will be 1/2 of AB. So it's just very similar to what the other theorem was. And the measure of angle 2 will be 1/2 of that major arc. Okay, so this is going to be 1/2 of 130 is 65 degrees. So angle 1 is 65. And this is going to be 360 minus 130, which is 230. So this is 230 degrees on this side. So all that adds up to 360. So divide that in half. And this is 115 degrees. So 115 plus 65 adds up to 180, which is a straight line. So if this is 125, then this is going to be 250 degrees, and then you can work out the rest of that circle. So line M is tangent to the circle. Find the indicated measure. So if this is 210, then angle 1 will be half of that, which will be 105 degrees. If this is 98, RST will be double that. So 98 times 2, 196 degrees. So 80 XY would then be 160 degrees. If two non-parallel lines intersect a circle, then there are 3 places where the lines can intersect. They can intersect here on the circle, in the circle, or outside the circle. Angles inside the circle theorem. So if the angles intersect inside the circle, then the measure of DC, arc DC, plus the measure of arc AB, angle 1 will be half of that. Angle 1 will be half of that. Remember, they're vertical angles, so that's going to be the same measure. And the same for angle 2 would be this plus this divided by 2. Okay. If it's outside the circle, if a tangent is secant, or 2 tangents or 2 secants intersect outside the circle, then the measure of the angle formed is 1/2 the difference. So go back here, we added them together. In this one, we're going to be subtracting the smaller angle from the larger angle and then getting half that measurement. So subtract the smaller angle from the larger angle and take half of that. Again, subtract the smaller angle from the larger angle and take half that measure. All right, so these are inside the circle, so you're going to add them up. So 156 plus 130 gives you 286. Divide that in half, and you get 143, so x is 143 degrees. It's outside the circle, so you take 178, subtract 76, and then you take half of that, which would be 51. So this would be 51 degrees. So same idea, add these together. So if you know this one here is 102, it's a linear pair, so that makes this 78. So 78 is equal to 1/2 of y plus 95. So multiply that by 2. So 78 times 2 is 156. So 156 is equal to y plus 95. Subtract the 95, and you're going to get the y. So that would be 61 degrees. Same idea here. 30 is equal to 1/2 of a minus 44. It's always the larger angle, subtract the smaller. Multiply it by 2 over here, so 60 is equal to a minus 44. Add 44, and a is equal to 104. Circumscribed angle. A circumscribed angle is an angle whose sides are tangent to a circle. So the circumscribed angle is where 2 tangents are creating that angle. The measure of a circumscribed angle is equal to 180 minus the measure of the central angle that intercepts the same arc. So we're talking about tangents now. So we have a central angle. So ADB, here right here, is equal to 180 minus whatever this is here. So angle measure. So we can take 180 minus 135 to get x, and that would be 45 degrees. This one's a little more complicated. So we've got that inscribed angle, so that would be 2x's, or this would be 1/2 of EF or EJF. And we also have this would be that central angle, which this is the same as EJF, so 180 minus EGF, and this is the same thing. So we could actually say 180, 1/2 of 180 minus EJF is really the same thing because they have that same arc there. So we could subtract 30, replace that with the 30, and 1/2 of 150 would make it 75 degrees. So x is equal to 75 degrees. Okay, so the northern lights are bright flashes of colored light between 50 and 200 miles above Earth. A flash occurs 150 miles above Earth at point C. What is the measure of BD? So we want to know what this whole arc right here is. A portion of the Earth from the flash is visible. Earth's radius is approximately 4,000 miles. So what I would suggest doing, since we know that this is a right angle because that's going through that radius, that we could use a tangent ratio to find that. So we can take the actually not tangent, we have a hypotenuse here, so it would be cosine. Cosine -1 is equal to 4,000 divided by 4150. So when we do that, so let's bring up the calculator, and I actually have already done it. So it was 15.45, so it's about 31 if you round it up, so 31. So this is 30, so this is 15, so the arc for BD would be 31 degrees. Okay, it's the same idea here. So this one is just 180 minus 120, but so 1/2 of x, or 1/2 of PQ, I guess, it would be probably better to say, is the same as this. So we can take 1/2 of 180 minus 50 and get that x. So 130 divided by 2 is 65 degrees. Same idea here, so I'm going to go ahead and move on that one.